Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope you all are in the best health and iman. It is your sister Aisha here, back with another video. So today is Monday, so today we'll be talking about Motherhood Mondays. Before I do start the topic, I would just like to say that, as you guys can see, that I changed my name. So I decided to change my YouTube channel name to That Muslim Chick just to match my Instagram account, and so it's just easier to find me on both since they have the same name. And so add me on Instagram at That Muslim Chick, the way that you see it spelled here, and also don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family, and also don't forget to tap the notification bell so you guys will know when I have another video. So as you can see, there's some artwork here in the background. So this is some calligraphy that me and my husband actually painted probably like almost 2 years ago, a little less, like when Musa was a little baby. We went to the masjid for a calligraphy night, and so we painted this. My husband painted the top one. It says Salam, and I painted the bottom one, and it says Musa, so Salam Musa. We're in Musa's room, if you guys don't know that yet. Okay, so what is the topic today for Motherhood Monday? So today I just wanted to do a topic, and my notes are in front of me. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at the notes. I want to talk about the Islamic benefits of being a stay-at-home mom and just some emotional tips on staying happy, I guess, as a stay-at-home mom. So let me just go on a quick rant really quick. So I already posted this on Instagram, but I just feel that, and this video is not a competition between working moms and stay-at-home moms and which one is better. Everything has pros and cons, and they both have their pros and cons. I have never been a working mother, so I can't speak on that. I've only been a stay-at-home mom, and so that's all I can speak on, right? And so I just want to say that don't let anyone or society's ideas rob you of your motherhood, okay? And what I mean by that is, like, to me, like, I know, like, in 2019 right now, you know that it is pushed for women to get higher education and to aim for, like, really high paying careers, or, like, you know, to get out there in career in the job market. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is amazing that now we have those opportunities as women to do those things if we want to. And again, I say if we want to. So I know that some people may look down at stay-at-home moms and just think, like, you're not doing anything with your life, you know, you're just being a stay-at-home mom, and, like, you know. But what I want to say is, like, I've always wanted to be a mom. Since I was a teenager, I knew that I wanted to be a mom. I knew that I wanted to have an amazing marriage and be a great mom. And to me, that meant, like, to me, I knew I wanted to stay home with my kids. And so I'm not going to let anyone or society ideas of what a stay-at-home mom is or what that means rob me of enjoying this time as being a stay-at-home mom. So if you're a stay-at-home mom right now and you're struggling with that, don't let anyone take that from you. Enjoy it. You know, these years while your kids are young, they go by so fast, and so, you know, soak it up and enjoy it, inshallah. So let's start with the tips, right? So tip number one, I would just say, is that stop being insecure about being a stay-at-home mom. So we've all been there. I remember the first time I actually been in a circle where the women went around and we had to introduce ourselves. And that's when it really dawned on me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not in school right now, so I'm not technically a student. I don't have a job or a career. Like, what do I say? And I realized there's nothing wrong. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Like, I'm a CEO of my house. Like, I'm the boss of my house. And, you know, and I'm gonna, as a stay-at-home mom, I think that you should run your house like it is your corporate job. Like, run it in the sense that, like, be organized. Make those time to plan it, to have time blocks for things, and, like, be organized and try to run it as smoothly as you can. Like, you are a queen of your house. You are the CEO, sister. And so really try to get into that feeling and, like, see how that uplifts you. So tip number one is don't be insecure about being a stay-at-home mom. And going off of that is that know that society right now, right? A lot, especially, I don't know, but I know that in the Western world, like, the family structure is, like, it's broken, okay? We know that. The family structure is broken. And I don't know how it is in Muslim countries or anywhere else, but I know that here the family structure is broken. And so when someone says that you're not contributing to society by being a stay-at-home mom, that is like so weird to me, because I am literally contributing to the backbone of society, which is the family structure. And so, yeah, I am literally, again, like, that is a contribution, okay? And not every contribution in the world has to do with money, okay? Don't think that just because you're not getting paid for being a stay-at-home mom financially, that somehow that means that you're less. You know, in a soccer team, on any type of sports team, we all know that there's different positions on the team. And you can't say that one is more important than the other, because we need all of them to win the game. We need everybody. We need the goalie. We need the guy that's kicking the ball. We need defense. You need all of that, right? And so just because your husband is the one that's going out, working, making the money, and you're the one that's not making money and you're staying home, it does not mean that one is more important than the other. You need both of them to work. And being a stay-at-home mom definitely is, you know, I would say it is a luxury, because not everyone can do that. Financially, the stress that we have in society, most households need, you know, both incomes. And so it is hard to be a stay-at-home mom. And I know that there's many sisters who would love to be a stay-at-home mom, but they can't, you know. And so if you are a stay-at-home mom, just appreciate the fact that you have the option to do this. Going forward, right? So one Islamic benefit that you have as being a stay-at-home mom is you have control over your environment. And what I mean by that is that I remember when I was working, I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts. This is at a time where I stopped listening to music. I quit listening to music. And I found myself, though, because I was at work and I was in an environment where music was always on, I kind of like would catch myself like getting back into it, or like liking it, or like wanting to then start listening to it again. And so it was a fitna for me, being in that environment. And so as a stay-at-home mom, I really appreciate the fact that I'm in control of my environment and what I do in my home, right? And so I don't listen to music at home because I don't listen to music. And so I have the option to play the Quran or to have nasheeds playing here, so my son can hear the Quran and can hear the nasheeds. And so I like that, having control over my environment. I feel like being a stay-at-home mom does save you from a lot of fitna, and a lot of fitna that you don't have control over when you go into the working world. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I keep looking at my notes. So another fitna is not being able to pray on time. Like sometimes some jobs, it's really hard to get a break or get time to pray all of your prayers on time. And so being at home, I know my schedule. I know how my day is. I know when my son's gonna be able to like play by himself so that I can go and pray. And so I don't have to worry about that. I love that. Alhamdulillah. Next, being a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean that the only thing that you do is care for your family. So I think that most people think about being a stay-at-home mom okay, for instance, you may have been a girl who your mother was a stay-at-home mom, right? And you've seen her in this very traditional role. And so you've seen her over the years, and to you it seems like she didn't do anything else for herself. She only took care of the house, her husband, and her kids, right? And so I feel like in this day and age, in 2019, we need to shift this idea of this being a stay-at-home mom as being a traditional role, right? So to me, being a stay-at-home mom does not mean that all I do, let's just say all I do, is take care of my son and my husband. For me, being a stay-at-home mom means that I get to work on the things that I find passionate. I get to work on things that I wouldn't be able to do if I had a job. I get to work on things that I wouldn't be able to do if I was at school, let's just say. So being a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean that all you have to do is like take care of someone else. Have those goals for yourself. Have a project for yourself. Make sure that you have something that you work on. And especially Islamically, I know a lot of sisters complain about being bored as stay-at-home moms. I don't know how that is, sister, because I feel like, subhanallah, like there's so much knowledge out there for us to seek. And so if you're a stay-at-home mom and you find yourself being bored, sis, like there are so many lectures that you can watch. There are so many books that you can watch. You can be home and you can start memorizing the Quran, you know. And so don't think that there's nothing else for you to do when your child, you know, if you do find time, because obviously being a stay-at-home mom, like we're busy all day. Trust me, I know it. But if you try to plan your day and like see where you have those slots of like free time, use those time to like work on a passion and do something that you love. Also, being a stay-at-home mom means, so how do I word this? People will praise someone, right, for like volunteering and going out of their way to help other people. You know, CEOs, they say if you want to live a happy life, help others, do something to make someone else smile, do something to make someone else happy. And so they'll praise you if you go out and you go outside and you do that. But what is the difference? I am home and I am making my husband happy. I am making my child happy. I'm, literally taking care of someone else. So then there's no reason for you to be unhappy. You're doing that thing that everyone says that will make you happy. Volunteering, let's just say. To me, I feel like, well, before I go outside and give my all to someone else, alhamdulillah that I can be home and give my all to the most closest people to me, which is like my husband and my son, and going into living in a joint family. I don't have to go drive an hour to go volunteer somewhere. I have my mother-in-law, my father-in-law upstairs that I can just walk up the stairs and like help them with something if they need help. And so if you are a stay-at-home mom and you live in a joint family, look at it that way. Like before you start getting depressed or sad that like you have to care for all these people, think about it that way. You're volunteering, taking care of your in-laws and being there for them and doing something for them. It's like, that's volunteer work, girl. And so say alhamdulillah and may Allah like reward you so much for all of your work. Let me take a second just to see how long I've been talking. Okay, 11 minutes. Trying to make this a 15-minute video. Moving forward, seclusion. This is another benefit, Islamic benefit of being a stay-at-home mom. A lot of stay-at-home moms complain about seclusion, and so it's lonely and they're just home alone with the baby and certain things. And everything needs its balance. If you are a stay-at-home mom, realize that you don't have to be alone all the time. We're so blessed to live in this time where there's so many opportunities out there. If you find yourself getting bored of being home, you and your child, take them to, look for your local library. They have like toddler time. That's what I do. They have it twice a week, and so I take Musa to that. And it really lightens up our day and like lightens up my week, Join groups. Like you don't have to be home, but if you find yourself that you haven't been able to go out, and you find yourself not having time to go out, and you find yourself you're being lonely, change that thinking. You're not lonely, sis. You're in seclusion with Allah in your home. That's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. And so we can benefit by being with the people, but Islamically, we can also benefit with being secluded, using these times to reflect while you're breastfeeding your baby. Instead of like feeling bored or feeling like it's a tedious job, every time you sit and you have to sit there for 30 minutes, an hour, breastfeeding your child, think of, now I'm going into my contemplation. Now I'm going into my seclusion with Allah. Now it's my time to do some dhikr and to, reflect on the blessings that Allah has given me, or the blessings, or reflect on a verse that you just came across in the morning. Like, you're secluded with Allah. And so I think that we as Muslim women who are stay-at-home moms in this day and age, we need to see that the benefits that we have of this opportunity. I'll just leave it with that. Next, I will say is that I wrote a bunch of things, so I'm just trying to see which one. I already said that. What's the difference of going out to work and impacting others and then staying at home and impacting your family? So both people are impacting someone, and so don't look down on yourself that you're not going out there and making a difference in 500 people's lives. You're still making a difference in your own life and in the life of your family, and your family is very important. And I think the last thing that I have is so this is a surah that I posted like twice already on Instagram because I've just been so obsessed with it. Surah Zadiyat, which is verse 55, where Allah says, have they transmitted this from one generation to the next? And so I just want to say, as a stay-at-home mom, make sure that you are thinking about this generation that you have now created and that you have before you, before your eyes, okay? And and think and sit about what you want to transmit to your children and the next generation of this ummah. It's such a rewarding job, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, yes, sometimes I get annoyed, sometimes I get sad, sometimes I get mad, but I know these things, like what I'm telling you right now, just keep them in the back of your head so that when you do start falling into that slump, you know, of the daily routine and everything, you pick yourself up and you know that this is a blessing and that this is not something to look down on and this is not something that is backward or like old and traditional, you know. It is a blessing to be able to stay at home and to benefit your family. So I'll just leave it at that. I hope that you guys found some benefit from this. I'm sorry if my points were like all over. But I just wanted to give some emotional tips for stay-at-home moms and just, you know, really quick some Islamic benefits of being a stay-at-home mom, which I said was one is controlling your environment, not, you know, having to go out and be around certain fitna, like the fitna of music or like free mixing. I didn't mention that, but I'll mention it now. Being in a work environment where you have to like free mix and be men and women and things like that. And also, what did I say? Yeah, having control over your environment and seclusion is another benefit of being a stay-at-home mom. So I hope that you guys found this, you know, enlightening or just you guys found it as a benefit. And if there's any other like things, like I couldn't think of like a bunch of I had so many things to say, but it's like all over the place. So if you as a stay-at-home mom right now, as a Muslim woman, you have any other, you know, benefits Islamically of being a stay-at-home mom, please drop them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys Thursday for Table Talk. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.